Alright guys, I'm going to do a demo video start to finish on this rent ratio tool. Everything from the initial install all the way to the point where I'm going to be using and filtering with the tool. So it might be a 10-15 minute video, but this will show you everything that you need to know about the tool, how to use it, who it's for, etc. So let's dive right into this thing. Alrighty. So we already have the tool downloaded from the Rent Ratio website. I am going into developer mode, my extensions, load unpacked, and we should have a download here. There you go, Rent Ratio, or probably like 50th version, not even the 13th version, but all a good work in progress. So the Rent Ratio tool is downloaded. That's all you have to do. All right, I'm going to open up Zillow. And now you can go ahead and start actually just filtering through your criteria. I do a lot of work in the Texas market, so that's where we're going to focus. You come up here. The rent ratio tool will be flagged. If you don't see this rent ratio scan button, you're just going to have to go ahead and hit that. It'll prompt you to either register or log in. If you register, it's a normal registration field. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in with my personal name. We're going to log in. Great. And then just to refresh the page, make sure that I've got like an active button here. So this is how you know the tool is active. You'll see this scan button, this rent ratio scan button. The tool was designed, and I personally, I use this every day. I've been using this every day for better part of a year now to identify deals, one for myself to purchase, but also deals for my clients to purchase. I'm a realtor. All of my clients are investors. This is how we filter through thousands of single-family homes in order to find some solid investment properties, single-family homes in particular. A lot of my clients are out-of-state investors. We like to buy relatively turnkey multifamily assets. So that's what this tool was built to identify: single-family homes and solid school ratings and strong rent-to-price ratios. So right now I'm just putting together my general criteria. I know just from working in the Dallas-Fort Worth market that if we start looking at single-family homes north of 350 to 400,000, we're really not going to find a ton that can really lease up quickly. Trying to find a tenant in a $400,000 asset who's going to pay $3,600 a month and fill it within 30 days is a tall order, at least in our market. So we like 200 to 300,000. That means we're looking at rental rates between say $1,850 to maybe up on the high end $2,700 a month, and that's reasonable for some of like the better school systems and larger square footage homes. So this is going to help us identify those here pretty quickly. I don't want to see excessive HOA fees, so I'm just doing some of the general criteria here. I don't want any tiny little 2-bedroom homes or a 3-bedroom 1,100 square foot house, and I also don't want any monstrosities either. A lot of my clients like to buy relatively newly constructed assets. Actually, if I go 1980, that might be a little bit too broad and have like still have thousands of results. So let's apply that. All right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna draw a filter. And by the way, this is like kind of just totally raw. I haven't used this criteria to try and identify anything yet, but we'll see what comes back. Just real time, we'll see what's gonna pop up. 214 results. It's a little low, but let's just hit the scan button and get to it. I'm going to use a 0.8% rent-to-price ratio. You can change this to 0.9. You can just do a straight 1% rent-to-price ratio. My market has a little bit of a more compressed rent-to-price ratio as compared to other markets, say in like the Midwest or like the more rural New England states or New England cities. But let's just see if anything comes back here worth pursuing. Right now, the tool is scanning through those 214 homes. It's pulling together your school ratings, it's pulling together the purchase price, and then the rental estimate of value. So it's going to compare, divide the estimated rental value by the strike price, by the asking price, and give us this percentage here. So we've got school ratings and the rent to price ratios. What I like to do is look for schools that have multiple schools that are rated 5 and above, and that's how I'll start to generate my initial list. So, for example, a school like this out in Forney, it's got a 0.92% rent to price ratio, and schools rated 8s and 6s. Definitely one to consider. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the link address, and I'll put it into a new note right here. Whoops. Just like that, as one to look at later on. But you can just check it out here now. This is like exactly what our clients purchased. It's a relatively turnkey asset, 4 beds, 1,800 square feet. If you look at the neighborhood, you'll see school ratings 886, great, and the estimate is 2665 for rent. I don't think it'll actually hit that high. I think this will probably come somewhere in the realm of $2,400 to $2,500 a month. But because I'm a realtor, I'm just going to take this property, I'll run it into our comps on my end, and just see if there's consistency around a $2,400 to $2,500 a month leasing rate. I'll also, of course, check any kind of rental restrictions in this neighborhood. But this is a great one to go ahead and just start with right out of the gate, right? Pretty easy to identify via the tool. Let's hop back in here, see if there's anything else. We know Forney is a good market for long-term rental inventory. Let's see. Something down in Venus. That's like the south side of DFW. I have not looked into this property yet, but that's another great one, right? So like this property here, it's got solid school ratings. It's recently constructed. So school's 585. The estimated Zillow rental estimate, $2,200 a month at a $270,000 strike price. Another definitely one that we're going to consider and look into a little bit further. Again, you can if you're not a realtor and you're trying to find somebody to help you out, you can look into, you just go ahead and contact agent, ask them to run comps and send you back and confirm the rental comps. We always want to confirm these the Zillow rental comps. I found that if we're not looking at outlier properties. If we're looking at the bread and butter 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, 4 beds, 2.5 baths, 2,200 square feet, not the ones that are 5 beds, 5,000 square feet, and the asking prices are 900,000. There's just not enough rental data for those types of assets, in my experience. I like to play to the strengths of the tool. So if you're looking for pretty much cookie cutter long-term rental property investments, they're 3-bed, 4-bed. They're somewhere in the realm of 1,200 to 3,000 square feet. And there's lots of rental comps for Zillow's rental estimate to pull the data from. You'll see this tool is very, very accurate, and you'll be able to pull and filter through hundreds and hundreds of properties quickly in order to identify a cash flowing, turnkey, solid rental property to invest in. So that's how I use the tool. I'm just going to take these two right now and go into the MLS, confirm the lease rates, and if they're good, I've got a handful of clients who are in the market right now for a turnkey long-term rental, and they would be thrilled to find something that leases out consistently for $2,400 a month or $2,300 a month that they can pick up for, say, $260,000, and it's turnkey and in an area with highly rated schools. So that's how we use it. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll keep you moving forward from there. Thanks.